I was reading this morning in a couple passages that have me thinking about power. The first was in John 18, in the exchange where Pilate says to Jesus, "Are you king of the Jews?" And Jesus says, "Are you asking that, or did somebody say that to you?" And then Jesus says, "My kingdom is not the kind of kingdom you're thinking about. If it were, all my people would be fighting." So obviously, Pilate was talking about power, not a role, not a position. And Jesus was talking about power. And clearly, Jesus is not going to be a king of power in the way that Pilate and others would think that. And then in Psalm 147, we read that God's delight is not in the strength of the horse or in the speed of the runner. God's delight is in those who fear him. So, you put it all together, and here we are in election season, and we see the candidates talking about who will be the most powerful, who has the power to contend against our enemies, who has the power and the strength to keep the wrong people out of our country, who has the power for this and for that. But I don't think God's delight is in the power. I think God's delight is in the law of love and in truth. And clearly the scripture teaches that. So here we are in a situation where we are a fallen people electing a fallen leader using a strategy that God doesn't particularly want, instead of submitting ourselves to God and fearing God and abiding by the law of love, which is clearly the law in the kingdom of Christ that will someday reign. So it's tough to be in this situation. I'm not sure how to think about it, but I don't think who's got the most power gets the prize with God.